Hi, welcome to Coaching in a Cuppa, where we have conversations about coaching with other coaches. My name is Leslie Mizerak with Get Courageous Coaching. We offer leadership, confidence, and retirement coaching. Thank you for joining us today. Let's take a listen. So today on Coaching in a Cuppa, I have with me Dr. Cindy Van Praag. She's with Inspired Mom MDs. Cindy is a coach, a wellness advocate for physician moms. And Cindy, I'm so happy that you're here with me today. Thank you. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
my pleasure. So before we really dive into the coaching aspect, it's coaching in a cuppa. So what's in your cup today?
So this is my usually after lunch drink, but I wanted to show you.
Mm,
So it's not a fancy cup, but it is a double-walled insulated mug, and you can see it's steaming. And I have matcha tea.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I have some lovely black iced tea in my insulated metal cup because I too do not like the sweating and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps it cold or hot. So cheers to
Mm-hmm.
you, my friend.
Cheers to you. Mm, delicious.
I'm a tea girl, so I love that about you as well. So, wellness advocate for physician moms. Tell me a little
Mhm.
bit about that.
Yeah. So my goal, and it's part of my name, Inspired Mom MDs,
Sure.
is to inspire moms, but really help them take back control, mostly of their energy because they're so exhausted and their
Hmm.
time, so that they have agency to really prioritize what matters most in their lives. And once that happens, things seem to fall into place, and then they can start thriving both at work and at home,
I
in a
love that.
nutshell.
I love that. So, you said inspired moms. Do you work with all
Mhm.
moms, or is your target audience really medical doctor moms, physician moms?
It's really physician moms. And
Hmm.
as you mentioned, I'm Dr. Van Praag, so I am a physician mom, and I really feel a connection to other doctor moms because I feel like I get it. Not that no
Hmm.
one else can help them, but this is just my personal calling. It's like I know what you're going through, and I've been helped through coaching. And I just would like to share that with them and help reduce a lot of the negative things that are happening in medicine right now by helping people one on one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, is that what inspired you to shift from practicing medicine into coaching? And I realize you're still practicing,
Mhm.
but to work on that shift to where it's not either or, but it's more of an and.
Right. And it's an and it doesn't mean you have to strive to have it all, which sounds like an
Right.
and. So yeah, my story is I put all my energy into medicine, and I thought I could have it all. So I got married, I had my kids, I had, activities outside of work, plus medicine, plus working out, plus like all of it, right? And it looked
Mhm.
like it looked beautiful. Like she's got the life.
She's
Uh,
got it going on.
she's got it going on, but whew, boy, does that take a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And it did catch up to me. And I feel like I did a fellowship in integrative medicine and I finished it, but there was this little alumni board. And I feel like this is what saved me is I
Mm.
saw a post on this alumni board, and it was another Dr. Mom looking for volunteers to be a coachee. So she was in a coaching program and she needed someone just to volunteer and show up and be coached. Like, well, I don't need coaching. I mean, that's, I didn't know anything about it. And I'm like, but I want to help my friend. I want to help this other Dr. Mom. And it just, the way the universe works, this coincided with probably the peak part of my life
Mm.
where I was not only overwhelmed and had my finger in so many pots, but some of them were toxic. And with my personality, I'm an empath and I'm an introvert, and I don't handle toxicity very well. She, and I think it was her and the coaching techniques got me through those situations and really changed my lens, right, on how I looked at life and how I looked at those situations. And she coached me through getting out of those toxic pots. and I could focus on the ones that were positive. And it was such a dramatic change, just not only in my mental health, my physical health, but my family. My husband had tried to tell me, he's like, I told you. He didn't say it with his eyes, he did. He's like,
Hmm.
and now and I'm just, oh, just the realization that there is a way out of these situations. And a coach is an amazing third party, unbiased person that can help you. And that's what shifted for me. And so I jumped right into the same training program she had, which is integrative health and wellness coaching through Andrew Weil Center of Integrative
Very
Medicine
good.
in Tucson, Arizona. And I guess the rest is history. So yes, I balance my practice, which is in anesthesia, but I also have my practice in integrative health and wellness coaching for Dr. Moms.
I love that. Thank you for sharing the story. And something you said, which I completely agree with and empathize with, is that third party, that unbiased person saying something or bringing something forward that a family member, a boss, a friend might say, but you're not hearing it from them. You don't believe them, right? It's this whole weird dynamic, but it happens all the time, right?
Mhm.
This is not rocket science. It's really bringing
Right.
it forward and thinking about things differently.
Hmm.
So thank you for sharing that.
Oh, you're
So tell
welcome.
us a little bit about your practice and some of the offerings that you provide for your physician moms.
So I'm just coming up on a new offering, which is a little bit shorter, considering
Hmm.
physician moms don't have a lot of time.
Hmm.
Its own will be up on my website in a couple of weeks, but it's a 10-week offer that focuses more on the energy and time aspect and how they interact together.
Hmm.
And one of the number one complaints is I don't have time for this. And
Yeah.
yeah, but they're also exhausted. That's the number two complaint. So I focus on the energy portion of it. And when you can get back control of your energy, it's almost like time expands. Like you have this different perspective and you're able to find the time that you already have. And so it's this really cool interplay between time and energy. And so that's my newest offering, which will be up in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Oh,
And that's
that's
a
very
that's
exciting.
and that's a one-on-one coaching program. It's all
Hmm.
virtual. Yeah.
Hmm. Excellent. As you think about the clients that you've worked with, without sharing obviously names and details, are there any success stories that you'd like to share to really point to what you do and how you help?
Right. Right. So yes, I won't share a name, but it's a woman,
Hmm.
and she was earlier on in my practice, and which is good because it rooted me on to keep going. She basically had everything on her plate too. So she was
Hmm.
balancing work. Her husband worked a lot. She has, oh, I can't remember how many kids, but kids, and and the kids' schedules. And the kids were in all different kinds of sports activities. And so anyway, if you as you can imagine, her life was pretty busy. And she prioritized her family. And she would run around putting out fires and getting them to practice and getting herself to work and everything. And the things that suffered were a few of them as it came up pretty early in the coaching. One was unhealthy food choices because
Mm.
it's what the busy family could do. And she was not able to exercise and move like she wanted to. And the third thing was just this underlying anxiety. And so through coaching, actually, the first thing that happened was she developed the agency to go to her doctor about the anxiety because of as a coach, of course, I don't treat anxiety or diagnose it, or
Sure.
I should maybe shouldn't even call it that. But she went to her doctor, got that addressed, and through coaching, we addressed the healthy, basically agency and having the choice. And then she was able to work on things like the food and the movement. And I tell you, by the end, so I was with her for 3 months. And by the end of that time, she sounded like me. She sounded like a coach. I'm like, girl, I'm like, you've graduated. So she's like, okay, here's my plan. I'm gonna do this step and I'm gonna do that. And she was all over it. So she just had a different mindset and a different way of thinking. And so she got the tools and learned them really quick on how she can make other changes in her life without a coach. So she can work on
Hmm.
other things. And it's just an amazing success story. And I think I touched base with her about a year later, and she was just still so changed by that time. And I don't take credit as a person. I give credit to the
Sure.
coaching techniques, which have
Mhm.
evidence behind them, and that's why it works. And so I'm like kind of a vessel to deliver that to people. Yeah.
I love that story. And I love that a year later, plus, she's still doing great and living her life the way she wants to live it. Because
Hmm.
agency is something we give up that control so easily to others or other situations.
Hmm.
Finding space to bring that agency back was huge. Thank you. Thank you for
Hmm.
sharing that. Do you
Yeah.
offer for your clients to come back in for spot coaching here and there if they want to come back and talk about something,
Yeah,
revisit?
they can do kind of an add-on alumni month
Mm-hmm.
if they'd like, which is two more visits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we can
That's
work on what's
awesome.
going on, and then at the second visit will be, of course, following up and future goals. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question for you.
Mm,
What's a common misconception that physician moms have about coaching or about change that you'd like to clear up?
yeah. The common misconception is what I had and what I alluded to earlier is that I don't need help. I can do it all myself. I got myself through all of these years of training. I've put up with toxic people in the work environment and did just fine. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
very much. And so, yes, so women in medicine are extremely resilient already. They're
Mm-hmm.
tend to be more perfectionistic. They're type A, they're driven, they're brilliant, brilliant people who have taken care of themselves their whole life. And so the misconception is that they don't need help or I don't need help. And so it almost takes an eye-opening moment to realize that, you know what, maybe these third party, unbiased thought partners might help a little bit. And so, and you've heard the stories of all the world's best athletes have coaches. They
Yep.
are on top of their game, but they have a coach. Or the top CEO of the biggest company you can think of has a coach. And
Mm-hmm.
so coaches can just get you one level higher, but also feel better. That's my focus is wellness and well-being. Feel
I
better,
love
not just
that.
physically, but mentally. And that those are both
Yeah.
intertwined. Yeah.
And I even find with coaching sometimes just a safe place to talk, a
That's
place,
such a good point.
a place to talk out loud, to be heard, to be seen in
Hmm.
a world that sometimes it doesn't feel like you're seen in. So I imagine the story I'm telling myself, that's very prevalent in a hospital.
Well,
Or
yeah.
a doctor's office, a medical situation that there's doctors are so busy seeing their patients, I have to wonder how they feel seen.
Exactly. And when
Yeah,
you just listen to somebody, they feel seen. And
yeah.
that ties into the stigma too of speaking out in medicine that doctors don't want to
Hmm.
say they're having a problem. But if you have a
Hmm.
safe space to do that and there's no paper trail per se, there's no
Yeah.
diagnosis happening, it's
Hmm.
nothing. You're just getting
It's a
online with the
conversation.
coach and no one ever has to know you talk to him. So
Yeah,
it's a very safe space. That's right. And confidential.
I love that. So you work with doctors all over the US, correct?
Yes,
You work with them virtually.
correct.
Okay, excellent. So they don't have to be in your city. Wonderful. So I have one more question before we wrap up. And this one I didn't prep you for. What's one question you wished more people asked you, but rarely do? And how might you answer it?
But what's the second part? What's one question
And how might,
people,
what's one question
uh-huh.
you wished people asked you, but
Hmm.
they rarely do? And how might you
Oh,
answer it?
rarely do. Oh, rarely do. Okay.
Mm.
One question I wish they asked me. Am I enough?
Oh, what would you answer? What would your answer be?
Absolutely.
Oh,
100%.
I'm
110%.
giving you a virtual high five. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. So, Dr. Cindy Van Prague, how can people reach you? How do you want people to reach out to you once they've listened to our
Mhm.
podcast?
The easiest way is my website, inspiredmommds.com, and there's a contact page which basically gets you to Cindy at inspiredmommds.com. That's my email. So
Okay.
I'm also on LinkedIn all the time, and that would be my name, Cindy Van Praag.
Okay.
So those two ways
Perfect.
are the top. Yes, I will. If you reach out to me through that, I will respond.
Well, I will make sure all of that with links and everything is in the show notes. So,
Thank
Cindy,
you.
thank you so much for joining me today. I got to meet Cindy at a conference a few weeks ago in San Diego, and we
Mhm.
had like a 30-second conversation, and I knew I wanted you on the podcast. So, thank you for joining.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you. And
Uh,
cheers. Yeah.
Cheers to you. Cheers to
Cheers to
everyone listening
you.
today.
That's right. That's right.
Thanks again. We'll be in touch. Maybe you'll come back and visit us again when your next program gets going, okay?
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today for Coaching in a Cuppa. We hope you enjoyed this conversation. You can listen to other coaching conversations at getcourageous.com/cuppa. Have a great day.